So wakati sasa tumeenda kuokota, unaokota kama kila kitu yenye umepata kwa store.
Our visit to the busy streets of Ngara at an open-air market in the heart of downtown Nairobi, we meet men and women at work in electronic stalls.
All these are beyond repair.
It may look like a dingy area with open gutters of water and dirt roads.
Is worth more than 300 Kenya shillings.
But here lies a core part of Kenya's steering wheel in electronic waste management.
So most of the cables are processed for copper.
This is George Kimani, who gives me a glimpse of what goes on in this part of town.
So we will first test the gadget. If it is functional, then we prepare it for resale. If it's not functional, that's when we start repairing. If it cannot be repaired, we will give it to other processors who are more advanced than us.
The 32-year-old, who began as a computer technician, leads a team of individuals trained in reusing, refurbishing and recycling electronic waste into usable electronics, and in the process, helping in getting rid of hazardous waste, with the registered NGO playing a key role in waste management in the country.
What we're trying to do, we realize that most of the electronic waste generated in our country is being handled in the informal sector. And unfortunately, it was being handled in the wrong manner. So our mission is basically to teach other informal e-waste handlers on the best practices in e-waste management.
According to research by West Electrical and Electronic Equipment Center, more than 50 million metric tons of e-waste is generated globally every year. Kenya alone generates 3,000 tons of e-waste yearly from electronic devices.
Did the COP meetings under UNFCCC and by extension COP27, there are many good decisions that if the country is going to domesticate this, then we are going to see a lot of usefulness in terms of management of solid waste and by extension e-waste.
This shows that e-waste is slowly becoming the world's leading domestic waste, mainly contributed by high consumption rates of electronic equipment.
If you are to go and burn cables or throw away electronics, heavy metals are going to leach to the soil, get to our waterways, and finally to the food chain, which will eventually come to our tables. We are going to consume them, and these heavy metals can be potentially dangerous to our systems because they can also cause cancer in our bodies.
Here we also meet Wamboi, one of the few females employed at Scoptic Computer Solutions, a similar organization. Wamboi has defied the odds in the male-dominated industry of technicians in the field.
I deal with disposals from the companies. I do refurbish, and then I refurbish, and then I sell back. If I buy from the companies the dead ones, I recycle them, I refurbish them, then I sell back to the industry now.
But just what goes into the refurbishing process?
Nothing is wastage. Okay. Yes, nothing is wastage. Because if it's the plastics, there are those companies that recycle them.
As of 2021, only 6 recyclers had licenses to handle e-waste in Kenya. This, according to a research publication, are few considering the growing number of electronic users. A spot check by K24 shows how various users dispose their e-waste.
Kama hizo e-waste hizo, moja tunaendaga tunapeleka kwa fundi hivi, unaweza ukaa ni radio imeharibika unapeleka kwa fundi, unamwachia fundi. Saa ingine fundi anasema hii radio yako kwa sababu unaona haiwezi yani tengenezeka tena. Uniuzia vitu moja za ndani alafu unaiacha huko. Wale wengine ni kuchoma wanachomaga, wale wengine wanapeleka kwa skrebo. Zile vifaa zio yani hazitakikani kwa nyumba.
Mimi nikionelea msuli iwe inachomwa kwa sababu haitakuwa inasumbua watu. Tukitupa kwa takataka wanaiokota tena wanaleta kwa skirembo. Tukipelekea budi tena anaweka kwa barabara.
Kenya is currently at its final stages of endorsing an e-waste regulation under the EMCA 1999.
E-waste is not necessarily waste. It contains very useful parts that can be turned out to be a resource for socio-economic development in this country.
The regulation awaits the Attorney General's office approval for signature by Environment and Forestry Cabinet Secretary. According to Neema County Director, Kenya is still included in the linear approach of waste management as opposed to the circular economy way. Vision 2030 recognized that Kenya cannot maintain high social and economic development without prioritizing environmental management. In this regard, e-waste was a priority flagship project. The document prioritizes e-waste as an emerging waste category, paying emphasis on supporting SMEs to improve their waste management. Gertrude Burgei, K24, Nairobi.